You assume big problems need big budgets.
And Scrappy.
And Scrappy. Scrappy is good. This is possible, the event, but I've got a guest who is also the K Prince. That is one amazing way to do personal brand.
I like it.
For the startup marketer,
Yes, ma'am.
I like the idea because that's where innovation happens, right?
Correct.
It is in the startups. That's why most of the brands here, they're telling me, startup marketer, what is it?
Yeah, so the startup marketer is a hybrid ecosystem where we provide not only a community for startup marketers, but also give them access to free upskilling, free templates. You can book time with experts such as other CEOs and founders to understand how you get your startup to the next stage and space. And the great thing is we not only have startup marketers in our community, but we also have founders. We have CEOs. We have CFOs. We also have new graduates that are coming in trying to understand the marketing space. And that, look, our whole point is that startup marketing is not just a tactic, but it's also a mindset.
It is indeed. I was reading about it. I'm actually going to join it because all knowledge plays a role there. It's such a varied network of people bringing them together. And here you are, we're brought together here at Possible, where I'm assuming you were like scouting the startup scene and what's going on out there. I mean, there's the innovation stage. You'd be foolish not to go there and check it out. So what has excited you from that perspective?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. So the Startup Marketer is a division of Salient MG. So Salient actually is hosting and is sponsoring the innovation stage here at Possible. So we've really made our way around to understanding what startups' problems are right now. What are the marketers facing? What are the upcoming brands and the upcoming companies that are struggling, and how can we help them? Look, startup marketers and startups in general need help, and we're here to help them. We've built this platform for startup marketers by startup marketers, and that all starts by coming to these conferences and these events, hearing directly from them what their struggles are, and how can we help them with saving time, saving budget, saving resources, because we all know how constrained all of those are for startups.
Yes. And it's also about community, because that's what it's all about.
Yep.
I know that because in my own background, I was consulting with Liftoff for 8 years, and that was building the Mobile Heroes program, which is very well known in the industry and still stands as like one of the one, even you know about it, one to aspire to, where you enable your customers to tell their story.
Absolutely.
And I think some startups miss out on that. They're like saying, well, I don't have like this big success story. It's like, well, you don't need a big success story. You need to enable your community. How are you doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the community is the core of everything that we do here, because one of the biggest things we believe in is that the people behind startup marketers and the people behind startups aren't getting that recognition and aren't getting that highlighting, such as, huge brand CMOs, huge brand CFOs, things like that. But we've really found that when we can bring startup marketers and CEOs and founders together to talk about their problems in a way that everybody understands, that they're not alone. And a lot of these startup marketers that we work with, I mean, they're on a team of 1 to 2 to maybe 3, where they don't have anywhere to go. They don't have anyone to ask questions to. And so we saw that, we felt that pain, and we created that for them. So it's all about, look, we not only give you a community, but we try to help the companies and startups understand that community is a revenue channel at the end of the day.
But what you're also doing is a little bit of a matchmaker, because exactly that, the startup marketers are able to speak with the companies that would say, hey, we have this particular issue or this particular problem, because it's always, you innovate always in, small pieces, small projects. So it's like massive brand, as I was saying, like Hershey, massive brand.
Absolutely.
But relying and leaning in on hackathons to say, we need to figure out, he was talking about how he was very proud, and congratulations. He managed to figure out and streamline the complete content system of what they do, which is essential to advertising effectively. So it was something that small, but something with such big impact.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's where I think startup marketers can be a part of that, because they understand it. This is what they do.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, exactly.
And in some level, I mean, just to understand what they actually do. I mean, if I'm a business and I'm saying, you know, I want to tap into the innovation of the startup marketing community, I'm going to just assume that, like marketing, it's the whole ecosystem there. It's everything from like data scientists and people who really get into AI and prompting to people who are into whatever. I mean, just running the campaigns.
Yeah,
media
exactly.
buying, the whole gamut.
The whole nine.
The whole nine. Everything.
Yep.
How do you find them? How do they find you?
Yeah, word of mouth is definitely a big thing for us, but it also our biggest channel and the way we get all of our members is through friend recommendations and through referrals of, we found this community or we found this platform, and go join it. They invite other people. We also love to try to go to teams. So if you're a team of 5 that you're working for a startup marketer or startup, then we want to bring you all in, because all of you can benefit from this. And you know, the other thing too is that when we say startups and startup marketers, we're not just talking about the brand new companies out there not making any money. We're also talking about the companies that are 0 to 250 million in revenue, where they still have to think and operate like a startup marketer.
You strike me as eclectic.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that you either have a passion for this, or you have experience in it, or a little bit of both, or you simply want to unlock it in the membership of the startup marketers.
Yeah.
So tell me about yourself.
Yeah, I've been within this industry for about 10 plus years. I started and really focused my journey on digital marketing at the forefront of really what I did. I then took that and worked into growth marketing, where I have honed in on every company that I've come into is transforming that marketing department from a cost center to a revenue driver, and helping connect the dots with the full funnel and pulling all of that through. So I have the experience of being the only marketer at a company, the only marketing team at a company with no money, no budget, no resources, no time, creating something that I wish I had 10 years ago in this industry and entering into it.
I like that, because when you don't have it, that's when you will invent it. I remember this fantastic TED Talk, stays with me, that, you know, you assume big problems need big budgets.
Correct.
And that's like hardwired into our brain. But actually, big problems can be solved with small budgets and just being smart about it.
And scrappy.
And scrappy. Scrappy is good. I mean, love these stories about startups sometimes. You know, what was it? Google didn't have money to pay for the copy machine.
Exactly.
And they go next door to the other office. I mean, look at that.
Yep.
So there's a reason to invest in this.
Yeah.
How do you invest in your members? I mean, I understand it. They can join and they can take advantage of the services, but maybe they also have to understand how to use the services or what services they need. So there is some level of you investing in them.
Absolutely.
And I'd also like to know what you have to do to get in it. I mean, nothing's free. There's no free lunch. So how does it work? How do you invest in them? What do they need to invest in you?
So the big way that we invest in them is giving them resources that have been created by the startup marketer and startup marketers alike that we know work. So we have about 50 plus templates, from PR pitching to marketing campaigns to executive briefs. We have it all. And these are templates that have been used and proven for other companies that you can come in. And actually, we'll challenge you that it is completely free to join. It will always be free to join. You'll always have free access to the templates, to the community. We just launched our big Upskilling Academy. So that's really how we want to help our marketers and everybody in our ecosystem there is upskilling. We're not going to try to put you through a 10-hour training program where you have to sit and watch a video for an hour and try to do this. No one has the time for that. And we know that. We know you don't have the time for that. So we've given you these upskilling run sets or modules or courses that take 5 to 10 minutes and you can see results the next day. So that's really where we're trying to invest in our members, where, look, we know your problems and we're here to help you solve them, not just give you a place to talk about them.
And it's primarily, if I'm looking at startup marketers, I'm looking at marketers across all verticals.
All verticals. Yeah.
All vertical. So it's like the marketing departments of anything. It's about
Absolutely.
communication skills. It's about understanding the tools, probably
Yeah.
some, understanding how to make cool stuff, maybe even some
Absolutely.
vibe coding to get things done, because you need to
Absolutely.
get things done in a scrappy way. So you're going to use
You
AI.
don't-
So a big part of this is going to be that.
Absolutely. And actually, speaking of AI, we just launched our first product in the Upskilling Academy, which is a Claude AI run set module. It's 13, but what we've done is we've coined and created this term run set, where you take these modules and we've already give you something to take and run. You're not doing something starting scratch. You don't have the time, you don't have the budget, you don't have the resources. So we eliminated that for you. You take these, we give you something, and you can run with it. So we again see the issues, we hear the issues, we want to know the issues that startup marketers are dealing with, and we're here to help solve that.
And you're a division of a larger
Absolutely.
PR firm. So
Yep.
once I'm running and moving, I can run and move in the other direction.
Exactly.
I'll understand how to pitch, then I can pitch.
Exactly.
Or I'll understand how to make a community, so I'll make that community into a story.
Yep.
Story becomes coverage, or what have you
And
out there. It all goes around.
Absolutely. And it's all about becoming this quote T-shaped marketer, right? Where startup marketers have to also understand, and marketers in general, how product works. How does product and customer service and customer success work with sales, works with product, works with CEO, work, the whole nine. So that's something else that we really try to help marketers understand.
So how's the show been for you? Have you connected and found new members, or found some cool companies, some trends?
It's been awesome.
Inspiration for some, which is the sum of the parts.
Gives us not only confirmation that something like this is needed, but it helps fuel our pipeline down the line of what can we give these what can we give these community members, what can we give these marketers. And here too, we've been able to look at our community in a different light, from a revenue channel where, look, the marketers in our community are talking about, we need a CRM. We can't afford a Salesforce or a Marketo or a big one. Who do we go to? So then we bring in vetted companies that we know that work and say, look, here are some other options than those huge enterprise solutions. So that's another big thing we've been doing here is, who else can we start to recommend? Who are these other
like a
startups?
directory of that, actually.
Exactly.
That
is the next step, actually.
Like the mid-sized tool directory. I'm into that myself. It's like I have big problems, but I don't want to have this big stuff. Not even the cost, just the complexity. I mean, just the thought of, why have Salesforce if you don't have, hundreds, if not thousands,
easily
of customers?
Absolutely.
It's like, why would you bother?
And some people don't know that there are other solutions from the Salesforces out there, because
that's true, because they are going down into the mid-size as well.
And they're a big brand. They put their advertising out there. They put their marketing out there. Everyone kind of hears about them. But again, we're not giving them that spotlight. We want to see what other startups can do the same thing and can help our community members upskill.
That's true, because you need the tools and you need to understand the tools. I've been having a lot of conversations with, and just like, oh, we do this or that. And it's like, yeah, but there are big companies to do that. Well, actually, yeah, but we need small companies, smaller companies doing the same thing. So the USP is not the tech, it's the focus.
Absolutely. And everybody in our community too, at some point is looking for that solution. So we're able to connect these startups that are trying to sell to these ready to buy marketers, where startups don't have to go spend thousands and thousands of dollars on awareness. They can come with us, talk with us, we'll match them, and they can start talking to people that are ready to make the purchase decision today.
Where is this going? What is next? I mean, it's probably going to be US-centric for a while.
For a little
bit. It has global potential, depending on how your community goes. What's next for you?
Yeah, actually, it's so funny that you say that. We'll be at Cannes this year, so we'll be trying to take it a little bit more international level.
Bring some edge to Cannes.
Yeah, bring some innovation, bring some fun.
Edge. It needs it.
Bring some startup lens to Cannes as well. I think a lot of people in this industry, and especially myself growing up in the industry, Cannes were huge brands, where let's bring some smaller players in there that are doing awesome things. So we want to highlight that. And really the other big way where we're going, you kind of hinted on it, is this directory. We're coming up with these agency hubs, these freelancer hubs, these software hubs that you can enter in your company stage, what your issue
Yeah.
is, and you can get matched with potential agencies that can help.
That's powerful.
So that's really where we're focusing next. So we're going to
Okay.
be working with Salient to bring the innovation stage to Cannes and other conferences.
Cool.
And then we're going to be kind of upskilling our community for our members as well.
Excellent. So
Yeah.
iPass will be crossing.
Absolutely.
Many
Absolutely
times.
excited.
Well, I like what you're up to. And as I
Yeah,
said, I
thank you.
saw that I can also give back
Yeah.
at some level. So I'm looking into it myself.
Thank you.
I see you take a lot of mentors, a lot of smart people.
Absolutely.
So that's the shameless plug time now, B, right? I'm interested. I might join. But how does everyone else join?
Yeah, absolutely. You just go to thestartupmarketer.com. You'll see a good little sign up button right there, and it's completely free to sign up. You do enter your name, email, and you're in the community, ready to go.
It's that.
Absolutely.
Then you belong.
And then you find your community you belong to. Absolutely.
I love it. We find our tribe. B.
Find our tribe. I like
Very
it.
cool. I love it. More power to you.
Thank you
Dave.
so much, Peggy. I appreciate it.